This movie started out as a novel that I wrote as kind of a love letter to my sister, who had tried to kill herself numerous times. And the way that I structured the novel is that a character that is close to the sister character commits suicide, and that is meant to show the sister character how cataclysmic it would be to the family, to her and the family, if this person who was so close to her committed suicide. And I did this in an attempt to show my sister, in reality, what it would be like to our family if she were to keep doing this. Ultimately, she died of a drug overdose, and she never got to read the book, but I always wanted to make this into a movie, and she had always wanted it to be made into a movie. The naivete that I exhibited with the novel, in the sense that I wanted the novel to kind of wake her up, I later realized that that's not how it works when someone has suicidal thoughts. It's more akin to having terminal cancer. I always knew my sister would die. It's terrible to say, and my family always knew that too. But it doesn't make it any easier when it happens. You still can't believe it, right? Because she's your flesh and blood, and why would she do this? But it's really not about the why anymore. It's something that was part of her. She was dying of her mental illness and her drug addiction. It was not her fault. It would be as much her fault dying as it would be someone getting hit by a bus by accident. I learned through this process to have much more empathy for those suffering with mental illness, because I know for a fact that it is beyond people's control, and people need to seek help, and people need to talk about it. And one way to help with that and to enable that discussion, right, is to end the stigma, right? One of the biggest problems today with respect to mental illness is the stigma surrounding it. And I know my sister didn't want to talk to people, didn't want to talk to her friends about it, because she felt like, they would judge her and she would be embarrassed. So she ended up pushing them away, and that did more harm than good.